What's up, guys? So I figured I'd give you a little mini tour of what is going on in the middle of June in Central Florida here on the Neuropath Farm. So over here we got the turmeric growing nicely. Got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that have popped up. Moringa trees that are gonna go in the ground here fairly soon. And then a couple of hazelnut trees, as well as some tomatoes that'll probably go in the fall. Longevity spinach, some Mexican sunflower that'll go in soon. Purple basil, regular basil, some mint, catnip, cilantro, and dill. All in the nursery, gonna be going in the ground soon, and then I'll clear it up to get ready for fall planting. Got the rose bushes that are doing pretty well. They're grown quite a bit. A couple of the blackberry lilies with another rose bush. A couple more blackberry lilies, as well as a foxglove, which is beautiful. I'll show you a mature one here in a second. Got the loquat tree in the center that's putting on some new growth, so hopefully within a few years we'll be able to get some fruit off of it, as well as some flowering plants around the sides. Again, foxglove, who knows what color they're going to come out with. That'll be really interesting to find out. But then you got your blackberry lilies as well. Blueberries did so hot this year. And then I had this full of corn, and the squirrels came in and ended up taking all the corn out except for right over here, which, I mean, it's still growing, but we'll see how that goes. Some carrots that are about to be harvested, as well as some more longevity spinach, and then weeds that need to get pulled out as well. And then some peas and beans on this side. This bed's not doing too well. I think it has to do with all the shade. That's my best bet, or idea as to why it's not doing so great. But, I mean, able to get some stuff that's ready to harvest. So we'll get some beans and peas off of it. Tomato bed is doing pretty good. You know, this is about almost, I'm 5'10", it's about my size, so a little over 5 foot tall tomato plants. And you can see I got one that's coming in. This is the beefsteak. It's looking really, really good. Check that out, man. Hopefully, it might be a yellow tomato. I don't know, but if it turns red, and I'll go for it. Pretty flowers. And then on this side, we got the corn and peas, pink eye peas, all growing. Beautiful moringas. And that's not, is that moringa? No, it's not moringa. That's marigold. That's what it is. Beautiful marigolds. And then on this side, we got a milkweed there, a cassava root or cassava plant, some kind of random squash that I don't know what it is, so we're gonna find out. And then cucumbers that are a little puny right now, but hopefully they'll pick up soon. And then the banana plants. Got the banana bed here. They're looking really, really good. I think this one ended up like sending up 5 roots, or 5 shoots rather. Good double root system. That, I mean, those pops are looking really, really strong. Beautiful bananas. Christmas bush. This will be beautiful come winter time and Christmas time. This thing has got a beautiful yellow flower it's gonna put off. And this is the foxglove flower that I was talking about earlier. Beautiful, beautiful flowering bush. I don't know if it's a bush, but it's a flower, and definitely gonna grow more of these, man. This thing is pretty. Absolutely gorgeous. The asparagus bed. I don't know if you can see it too well on the camera, but got some good asparagus growing. Got about 12 crowns, 2-year crowns that we put in the ground. So not this year, but next year we'll be able to harvest some asparagus out of this bed here. That'll be kind of cool. And did a lot of cleanup over here. Got the longevity spinach, cleaned all this stuff up. It was all blended together, so I took this back to almost nothing. But it's coming back strong. Butternut squash, I got one of those that ended up surviving, or two of those rather, that ended up surviving. You can see one's right here, so that'll be cool. Hopefully it'll ripen before Daisy gets to it. She really likes butternut squash, and it looks kind of like a Kong, like the dog toys, and I don't know if she thinks that's what it is, but she eats them, and she picks them off before I even get a chance to get to them, so, which isn't bad, but kind of annoying. But cucumbers, I already plucked two, or one. Another one kind of fell off, and it wasn't too great, so I had to throw that out, but got another little baby right there. So sweet. Be able to get a couple more. More of the longevity spinach. Most of this stuff went to the chickens because it grew really, really fast and way too fast for me, as well as all of the arugula and all that stuff. It's summertime, so it's pretty much dying off. Got another one of those foxglove, so hopefully that'll produce some flowers for pollination. But then over here in this bed is all the okra. The okra is doing really cool. I mean, look at this thing. I mean, this okra is huge. It's like way too big, way too big. I cannot harvest this fast enough. It was this big yesterday and just doubled in size overnight. It's crazy. I mean, look at these guys. These okras are gigantor. And this thing is far over my head. Well, about my head. So they're at least 6 foot tall. I'm 5'10". But, so I'm gonna have to top them so that they can start growing more horizontally. But these are the yellow pear tomatoes. I mean, look at these guys. Man, look at that. And they're all over here, man. There's so many of them. All over. And as they ripen, it's like, they can't even make it off of the vine in time to make it into the house. I just eat them. They're so good. They're sweet. It's awesome. Got a whole nother one right here. And then I propagated a whole bunch. I just took some clippings because I had to prune it, because as you can tell, I mean, they're falling over. I mean, this right here where it's bent is falling down to the floor. So this is about 4 foot tall, so that's bent over 4 foot. So that means that if this was straight up, it would be 8 foot tall. It's insane. So I might have to build some bigger trellises next year, because I was not expecting that, even though I should have, but I didn't. And then over here to the left, these are 2 brand new beds that I just built out today, or yesterday rather. And they're golden. Get out of there. She likes to get into stuff. I'll show you that bed right now. But yeah, man, those are gonna be sown, and hopefully I don't know, something's gotta grow in here, because if I don't grow something, nature will. Got the watermelon patch, is doing pretty well. It's all watermelon right here. You can see it's got a little one growing right there. It's kind of cool. So we'll see. It's the size of my hand, but just let it keep going. Stay on the vine, man. Get bigger. Who knows how big it'll actually get. And then some peppers. These I think are poblano. I plucked a couple because they didn't, one fell off and just disappeared in the ground. I don't know what happened to it. Maybe Daisy ate it, but I want to say these are poblano peppers. They're not spicy. I tried a couple of them. They're not spicy at all, so I don't know what they are, but the fruit will demonstrate itself. And then on this side, I got the comfrey growing so that I can add to the compost, because that's pretty much all this stuff is good for, is composting. It's got great nutrients to add to the top of the floor. I could do a chop and drop, but I don't want to. Composting, it's easier. But they're not growing across the things that I thought they would. So that was a failure, kind of, sort of. So pull those up and let's go ahead and just do other beds there, and I can probably fit two more beds here. And so I'd rather do that than waste this real estate with something that's not gonna do what I'm looking for. So I got a better idea on how to grow watermelon and or possibly where. Sweet potatoes. These things are going nuts, man. This thing is full. I was not expecting it to fill up this much. I planted these last year. They died off and then came back on their own. Sweet potato here in Central Florida is definitely a perennial, man. Was not expecting this, but sweet. It'll be cool to, at the end of summer, after they grow through the whole summer, to be able to get some sweet potatoes. And look at these guys. Protecting it from bugs. Well, other bugs. Yuck. Jack-o'-lanterns just started. I don't know how many you can see, but I'm not doing too bad. I planted some okra seeds in here, but the okra seeds were pretty old, like a few years old, and they were given to me, so planted them around, but nothing's popped up. So looks like these beds are going to be pumpkins for the summer. We'll see. And then over here, the garlic is still kind of going, man. Put another layer of compost on top of it just to feed it a little bit. But I don't know if this garlic's going to do anything. I was always told garlic doesn't do good in Florida, and well, evidence shows it didn't do very good. Not bad, but not good. The pumpkin patch, man. This is cool. I ain't never seen a pumpkin patch before, but there's 10 pumpkin plants in here. I only got one actual pumpkin. Let me step over for a second. But there's a pumpkin right there. That's kind of cool, kind of hidden. There might be more in here that I haven't found yet, because this is going up into the brush in the woods area as well at the same time. So I don't know where. I guess I'll find stuff or it'll rot and it'll just keep growing itself. I don't know. But it's kind of grown up on top, the chicken coop, which is pretty cool. It's kind of the whole idea. I was hoping more than one vine would take, but oh well. Yeah, man. These banana trees are not looking so happy, man, because I don't have an irrigation system here. These are kind of just at the mercy of whenever I can get a hose over here to water them and the rain, which you can hear the thunder, but it ain't coming down. But so you can definitely tell the difference from the one that has irrigation in it and the one that doesn't. Yeah, they're all droopy, so they're not quite as happy, but it's much more complicated getting water over here than it is in the other spots. But you know, they're not dead, so that's good. I mean, it's still pretty big. And then I also got a pineapple in here too, man, and that took root and is doing pretty good. So everything that died off, and that's new growth of its own pineapple. So we'll see how that does this year. It'll be kind of cool. Once again, more of the jack-o'-lanterns. Again, these are in the same area, so these are all kind of at the mercy of the rain and, you know, what the bed can actually retain moisture-wise naturally on its own. But they seem very green and very healthy. We've got one of the hazelnuts right here. Another hazelnut tree right there. So that's kind of cool. And then, like I said, more pumpkins. The okras and the peppers did not pop up, so I got a few more of those that I'm going to get started, and hopefully we'll be able to grow them through the summer, and hopefully get some rain, because again, getting water over here is complicated. And same here, these are all jack-o'-lanterns. So it might be a little too crowded for them, but figure whatever's gonna survive will survive, and whatever don't, won't. hopefully can get some pumpkins out of it. But with the way these beds are built, I would say they're doing pretty good, because this has had very serious neglect and very little water by myself. And is pretty much reliant on all rainwater so far because of where we're located. But man, this is what is this? Butternut squash, and this is a couple of plants. I don't know how many I put in here. It looks like there's a tomato in here. That's a tomato in there. Kind of taking over, and it's like, man, these things are doing well. It's like it blows me away. There's a little bit of death right there. That's not doing too good, but look at this, man. This is like I haven't watered this in a month. It's just going on the rainwater, and like it's all attributed. It's like, I have to say, it's got to be this wood chip, man, because it's like, look, I haven't watered in so long, and we dig out down a little bit, and you can see it's wet, bro. And it's like, this is all still moist, and it's all the same inside of there. So, and you can see it's not it looks healthy. I don't know. I've never grown it before, so I don't know what unhealthy looks like, but that looks healthy to me. I mean, there's a lot of weeds in here too, but wow, man, I'm blown away. Let's finish it off with the chicken coop so you all can see what's going on in there. It's pretty cool. So the ladies are doing pretty good. A couple buckets fell over, but you got the little ones, the littles running around. They're so cute. But it's a combination. Is that how you feel? Oh yeah? Okay. Sorry about that. Phone died in the middle of the chicken coop, but that's the garden tour for June of 2022. If you're gonna garden God's way. He knows what he's doing. The world doesn't. They're trying to figure it out. He's already got it planned, and he's been doing it for thousands and thousands of years. So do it his way. He knows what he's doing, and be faithful. Stay on the narrow path. Love you.